happen if I like recorded all of these? Like all my frame tests and then like put it in the front of the video. That would be really boring. I'm insane. Hey guys, I'm back after about a month of technical difficulties. So in my last video I outlined my big, far-reaching long-term goal. In this one I promised to tell you about some of my shorter-term goals. Alright, so I've already told you guys about my really long-term goal of the Artist Guild, or, well, the goal that I share, but my part in it. I do have some shorter-term goals that I believe are either going to help me along that road, or else, I don't know, they're things that I want to do in the meantime. The first of my short-term goals I've actually already started. Last Christmas, one of my gifts was a photography certification course. I have yet to finish, but I was hoping to finish by Thanksgiving. The course also includes a lot of work with learning to use Photoshop and learning to use it well. And Photoshop is also one of those high memory demand programs that my computer decided it didn't want to run. I was hoping to finish by Thanksgiving. It doesn't really look like that's going to happen, but I'm still going to try. If I can't get it done by Thanksgiving though, I hope to be done by Christmas. After that, I hope to be able to use the certification to get a job, or at least to get out there and start taking pictures and sell them to supplement my current income. I'd like to be able to have money just to go out and do things, and a lot of the photography that I really want to do is going to require travel as well, and travel costs money. Hopefully with the certification, I'll be able to get a job that allows me to work a less horrible number of hours, especially since in January, if I have the finances, I want to start the next of my short-term goals. I've been trying to save up my money, and hopefully by January I'll have enough that I can start College Plus. Now it's not a traditional college program. I know a few of you who watch my vlog have heard me talk about it a lot. Actually, most of you have heard me talk about it a lot. It's basically a program that guides you through a lot of testing, and they have some of their own courses as well. Most students come out of the program 2 to 3 years later with a college degree and having spent like a quarter of what it would cost you at a traditional 4-year university. The one downside to this is that it's not eligible for like state-funded financial aid, but in the long run you do spend less time, you spend less money, and from what I've seen from my brother and sister going through the program, or at least part of the way through the program, I really do just think this would be the better option for me. At the moment I don't know exactly what I would study, but I feel like I'm at a point now where if I got together with a counselor, they'd be able to help me figure out what sort of a major to go for. Whereas before I just kind of looked at a menu of all of the bajillions of classes and all of the 100 different kinds of majors you could go for and be like, well, I can narrow it down to like half. See, before I pretty much just knew what I didn't want to do. And what I didn't want to do wasn't actually all that broad of a category. There were a lot of things and a lot of professions that held interest for me. And I didn't want to spend 4 years and thousands upon thousands of dollars trying to do something that ultimately wasn't what I was meant to do in life. Basically, I want to do whatever will help me build a skill set to do whatever my part ends up being in the guild. In the interim though, I want to work on another idea that's been kind of hanging at the back of my mind for a while, and that is YouTube, hence the video blogs. I don't want to just be a normal video blogger though. I've noticed that a lot of the channels that I subscribe to and actually watch on a regular basis are the educational type videos. Crash Course, SciShow, Minute Physics, even some of the other channels that I like to watch that are not really educational in name are still very intellectual in their content. I also love music a lot. And as a kid, I was a big fan of the show Schoolhouse Rock. It was like my favorite thing about Saturday mornings. If you don't know what Schoolhouse Rock is, you had a very deprived childhood. What I'd like to do, though, is take the Schoolhouse Rock concept and apply it to high school and early college concepts. When you give it a clever little animation and a catchy tune, things just kind of click. I definitely credit Schoolhouse Rock for getting me through the 8 times tables. And the fact is, older kids still need some of that. Now me personally, I didn't have a whole lot of trouble with the book smart part of high school. I tended to read a thing once or twice and be able to remember it. But I know that a lot of kids can't. So what I would like to become my main YouTube project would be basically Schoolhouse Rock for the older kids. I could do songs about history and literature topics that are covered in high school classes. Follow Hank Green's example with his song about quarks. For some reason I'm totally spacing on the name of it right now, but I'll put a link to that in the video description as well. Things that help all the mundane memorized mantra part of schoolwork stick in our brains. And that way, instead of spending your chemistry test stressing over up, down, strange, charm, top, bottom, or freaking out in literature trying to remember the names of Shakespeare's plays and what happened in them, you can focus on what you find interesting about school and actually maybe have fun learning for once. I'm also thinking that videos like in sort of a Schoolhouse Rock format, or maybe even just short video blog style snippets like you get from Smarter Every Day, might be good for kids to use as a resource. And granted, you could probably find a documentary for like every subject under the sun, but documentaries tend to be like 30 minutes long at least. Personally, I like watching documentaries, but I'm a very thinky, intellectual type person. A lot of times, kids just want to find something fun, and I think I can do that if I try. So those are my short-term goals, and this is actually where you guys come in, my friends, anybody else who happens to stumble upon this video. If you're in high school, what specific concepts do you have trouble with? Are there specific math operations that you just struggle with over and over and over again? Do you need help remembering formulas? Or maybe you just want to see somebody do a song about Shakespeare trying to write all of his plays. I don't know. Even if you're out of high school now, what problems did you encounter academically? And I don't want big, broad terms like math, science, chemistry. I need details so that I can figure out what to give you. More importantly, if you're older than high school age, what helped you to get through your problems? And if you are high school age, what do you think would help? I really want to begin at least thinking about these projects, and I'd really like to have a context and know what kind of videos I will need or want to do.